All right, folks, y'all are being recorded officially. We'll go ahead and get started. Thanks for being here, and I will have this on our YouTube channel later on today. Couple things. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all healthy. I know we've got quite a few agents with family members that have COVID or other kinds of sicknesses. So if y'all ever need anything, please let one of us know. I sent out a note about Jessica, and I've been talking to her, and her husband is doing much better. He's been home for a while, and his health is doing markedly better. So we're thankful for that. Our classes are in-person classes. As you know, we've canceled those for the next 2 weeks to try to mitigate the spread of this virus. The only one it really affected was the Q1 goal setting class, which we'll postpone that, and we'll bring that back at a later date. Your 1099s, I'm currently working on those with the accountant. You will have those by the end of the month. Legally, you have to have, or they have to be mailed out by the end of the month. So you will have those. And I believe that's it. Matthew Young with Geico, our good friend, is here. If Matthew, you want to go ahead, and Wendell, I'm going to go ahead and make you the host.
Absolutely, Chris. Happy New Year, sir.
Thanks, buddy. You too, man.
Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everybody is well. With some new faces, guys, I'll just give you a really quick intro. And a reminder, refresher, as we head into 2022, like it or not. My name is Matthew Young. I operate Geico. I'm based in Greensboro. I'm originally from Salisbury, and I work with agents across North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. We actually are a broker on the homeowner side, so we shop through lots of partners. And what that looks like for you is we can place pretty much any risk that you have. That includes vacant homes, Airbnbs, mobile homes, rentals, up to luxury homes. So if it's something that you sell, we likely have an outlet for it. We have Spanish-speaking staff on board, and I'm available until 10 o'clock, 7 days a week. So you have a resource available for you and your clients until 10 o'clock every single day of the year. And guys, I just would urge you to consider to make a commitment as you head into 2022 to be more involved in the ancillary part of the transaction, as opposed to just simply getting the transaction paperwork done and out of here. Because in my estimation, after a 20-year stint in this business, I see that we're going to have to find a way to personalize ourselves. And it's no different me to agents and mortgage lenders. And it's no different to you to your clients, is to find a way to show, hey, I'm involved. I have knowledge that the 800 numbers and the .coms and the robots and the AI do not have. And that is boots on the ground, local market knowledge. And what I'm getting at is I see lots of consumers have no clue about the difference of insurance, the cost, the coverage, and so forth. And so the bottom line is, guys, is that if your client gets one quote and one quote alone, they don't know if it's good or bad. And most of your clients right now, as we speak, that are overpaying 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, sometimes well more than that, would never knowingly do that, but they do it because they don't know any better. They read the newspapers and see that insurance is regulated, but it's regulated to a degree. Really, the regulation only goes so far. It's like car prices. You guys are probably aware that car prices are inflated, and some cars are going for above sticker. Some are going below sticker. Just because sticker price doesn't mean that's the sales price. And same thing with insurance. Guys, I help agents that have clients in China buying property here. Buy maybe a primary home here. They haven't moved yet. If it's midnight in China, guys, that's why I'm available until 10 o'clock, 7 days a week, because 9 to 5 hours would not cut it. Or if your client's looking at a property on the weekend and they need a situation where they have to have a flood insurance estimate, again, weekend, nights, holidays, that's why I'm here. So just wanted to say hello to everybody. Wish you a wonderful 2022. Hope you guys have the opportunity to engage and just maybe issue a challenge to get more involved with the ancillary parts of the transaction. Just like most brokers would not say, hey, client, who are you getting a mortgage through? I'm getting a mortgage through this push button system over here online. You guys probably want to say, no, let me get you in touch with one of our local partners, our local affiliates. Same thing with insurance, guys, is that, consider making that connection. And the bottom line is a lot of agents don't know how to make that referral. And in the last couple of seconds, I'll share with you how. And my information is posted in chat as well, so you have it there. And again, I'm here 7 days a week, 10 o'clock. But how do you make the connection? Consider a text intro. You open the dialogue between the client and I, and that way your client can actually have an ability to be informed that I'm available tonight at 8 o'clock. Most insurance agents are not available late night, weekends, holidays, and we are. So guys, I want to help your client not experience closing delays because you guys are waiting on something from an 800 number on email. So I'll hang out. If there's any questions, please post it in chat or get with me after the meeting. Again, guys, look forward to working with you, partner with you even more closely in 2022. Thank you for your support in the past year, and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, Matthew.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, Wendell, it's all yours, sir.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new year and welcome to our Zoom conference today. We're here to talk about a very important subject called realtor safety. And I'm going to try to share this screen here, so bear with me and make sure that the presentation's coming through. Can everybody see this okay?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Okay, good deal. All right. I guess I need to turn my cell phone here. Good morning. We're going to talk about showing safety first here. And basically, I want to thank Jenna and Liz, two of our own realtors at Lantern, for helping me with some video on this. And Tricia Strickland actually had a listing in Salisbury that we shot some of this video with. So thanks a lot to those folks for contributing to our safety meeting today. The reason we're here is obviously every year we encounter situations that might make our hair rise up on the back of our neck thinking, oh God, what could have happened? I don't get scared too often. I think I've been scared maybe once, and that was in Charlotte, and the house had been broken into. And but I had a gun, so I was ready for war if I had to. But each realtor, you have to be responsible for your own plan. And you have to think through the scenarios, like if I get here and this goes this way or this goes that way, what will I do? You have to think through some of this stuff, and we'll be glad to help you one-on-one if there's something you want to do, if you want to role play some. But whatever you do in your mind, when you pull up at a showing, if you're taking a sign call, a cold, and these are the times where you're going to have more risk, is when it's just a flat cold sign call at your listing or whatever. You don't know these people, and you could be walking into a trap. You want to have some ability to understand when you get there at that showing, to look around your surroundings, see who all's home, see if there's houses that appear to be occupied. If you're going down a dead end street and all the houses are derelict and it looks like, there was a war there this past weekend, it may not be a good place for you to get out. Keep your plan simple. Keep your mindset simple into what's going on around me. You got to listen to your gut. You've heard that all your life. Your mom and daddy's told you that. You got to listen to your gut, and that's true. But you got to think in your mind before you get there, what am I going to do if something goes south? And you need to have somebody else with you in this plan as well. And let's talk about that. We want to have a buddy system. You need to be able to have someone on your side of the equation helping you when you go out on a call. Reach out to a friend, a spouse, another realtor. Call me if you need me to know where you're going. If you just feel a little weird, I've had some of you to do that, and I appreciate that. Usually I answer my phone when you call as soon as I can. And if, I don't answer you the first time and it's urgent, call me right back, and that'll tell me, oh crap, something's going on, you need me. We're going to also incorporate some technology that's going to help us on this too. And you may want to start thinking about, and this is a kind of crazy world we're living, and you may not feel comfortable doing this, but you need to start considering whether or not you want to deploy personal defense weapons when you go out to show properties or go out on listings and that kind of thing. We're going to encourage you to continue to go on more safety training, and we're going to try as a company to try to spawn this conversation and to lift you up with new ideas. And my presentation is open to any suggestions that you have, and I would love to hear any ideas that you have going forward. But the first thing we're going to do today, besides making a plan and incorporating a buddy to help us with our safety, is we're making a decision we're going to live. I don't care what I've got to do, and I spent 30 years as a cop. I'm going home at the end. Me and my buddies are going home at the end of the shift. And that was just a commitment we made. And if you violate that commitment, then we've just broken our oath to each other. But more than that, you've broken your oath to yourself and your family. So you got to think smart. Don't let a commission check get in your way of using your good sense and common sense. I know maybe the month has been a little light and you're going, oh, God, I'm willing to take a chance. Well, don't. If your gut's telling you there's something wrong, then there must be. I had an agent a couple years ago ask if I would ride with them to a showing out off of Davidson Highway. And I said, sure. And we got there and both parties were carrying guns. And so was I. So I told the realtor, she didn't even see the guns, but I did. And so it was just nice having extra eyes and ears. Your planning must be easy and flexible. If you don't have an easy plan, whatever it is that you're going to incorporate, then it may be too hard to do. It needs to stay simple. Just for instance, gather as much information as you can about your customer so you can get some idea of who you're dealing with when you're working with a client. General questions, certainly you have to be careful not to violate any fair housing rules, but basically you want to know, who they are, where they live, who all's involved with the transaction, have they talked to a lender, and of course, are they working with any other realtors at that point? And just get an idea of what you're dealing with, and then start asking them questions about would they be willing to meet with you at the office or do a pre-screen before you do the actual showing. That's always a safe bet. Meeting at our office is a great idea, or at a coffee shop where there's public people, there's other chances for video to be recording people, that kind of thing. One thing that we've also noticed is that if you're looking like Miss Frou Frou or Mr. Tom Selleck when you go out to do showings, you're setting yourself up. We all want you to look nice. We want you to be professional, but try not to wear the expensive jewelry on showings. I know it's tempting, but when they see you drive up in your Lincoln Town car with all the shiny accessories and you get out with your mink stole and your expensive jewelry, and even a high-priced pocketbook can give it away. They think you're rolling it in because you're already a high-priced value target anyway, because you're a realtor, right? You make millions of dollars a year. One thing I would encourage you to do, folks, is before you go on that showing, and I don't know how you guys do it, but I try to be prepared with the documents like the MLS sheet, the disclosures. You should have that either emailed to yourself, have things ready to go so that when they ask you questions, you know where it is and you can briefly glance at it, answer the questions, and then be focused on them. Eye contact is supreme here, guys. Keep eyes on their body language, because normally people are going to give you a body language signal they're about to attack you. And if you're watching for that, you can kind of tell it. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Try to be the first ones there to view the home. Know your surroundings of that house and know where the danger zones are and where possible escape routes could exist inside that property. Now let's talk about a buddy system real quick. I think you need to implement that well in advance before you ever do any more showings. Open houses, you need to have somebody with you, whether they're with you physically or with you by phone, and during and after the showing. And let's talk about that. When you plan a showing and you're going to go out and show, make sure that when you arrive, you've got your buddy on the phone with you, and you can at least give them descriptions of the car, even a tag number. If they roll up, you can go ahead and start talking out loud and talking to them while your buddy's listening. Anything you can give to your buddy so they can capture that would be wonderful and to your benefit. Body language, let's talk about that. If you see them kind of whispering back and forth to each other, it might not be the broccoli in their teeth, in your teeth, that they're seeing or talking about, but they could be talking about how they're going to attack you. And this is not to scare you to death, but you have to start thinking if they're doing, an excessive amount of secret talking back and forth, that's kind of a red flag that something's going on between them. And if one of them particularly is watching you more so than the other, and if they're glancing off in the neighborhood to see if anybody's watching, that's some body language you want to see. And when you're close enough and you're talking to the people and you see increased respirations in their chest, maybe even, the red streaks in the neck, a pulse protruding out of the neck that it looks excessive pulse for no more than just showing a house, they're ramping up to do something. So you got to watch that. If you realize you've lost connection with your buddy that's listening, make sure your buddy knows to call you back and just say, if you see your phone ring and it's your buddy, then you've lost contact. Get back on the phone. Just say, excuse me, just a moment. Sorry, folks. I got to take this, and then get back on the line. Say, okay, I'm back with you. And if you start having fear that something bad is about to happen to you, have a code word with your buddy that lets them know you're in danger or imminent danger. Whatever that word should be, make sure they understand that when you say this word or a phrase, that you need help. That means somebody needs to come and check on you, and maybe your buddy can call the police and have them come do a security safety check for you, that kind of thing, okay? Don't let your cell phone be the focus of everything you do during your showing. I know it's tempting sometimes when you're trying to text back and forth, and we get tons of text and emails constantly all day long, but don't let it be a hindrance. You need to be focused on looking at these people in the face, looking at their body language, and that's important, okay? I like to have a dash camera in my car. So when I'm traveling, like if I get in an accident, this is just my police days. If I'm in an accident, I've got digital evidence to show if I ran the red light or not. And it really saves your butt. And of course, it gives law enforcement an opportunity to do a little better investigation if something unfortunately should happen to you. I like to give my wife access to Find Me. We have iPhones, and I'm sure most of you have an iPhone or some smartphone that can track you. And I don't have anything to hide. And so I let my wife know, she can look at wherever I am at any time of the day by using the Find Me app. And I think that's important too, because I may be out in, man, I was down in Montgomery County a couple months ago, out in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, man, if I had a heart attack out here, I hope somebody could find me on my Find Me app. There's also GPS tracking devices. And of course, we can use Showing Time. They've got some stuff too that is beneficial. All right, let's move along. Talking about personal defense weapons, carrying a concealed weapon, is that an option for you? I'm comfortable with it. I'm committed. If I need to use it, I will without hesitation. But if you're one of the individuals in your mind, you go, I just couldn't do that, then that's not the plan for you. You might want to think about a good pepper spray canister or two, keep one in the car, one in your pocketbook, one on your keychain, have 3 or 4 available. Practice with one, buy an extra one to practice, because you don't let the first time you spray somebody be the first time you use it. Practice with a canister, because, it can be kind of dicey if you haven't ever used it before. You can also get you some concealed knives to carry in your pocketbook, or I've used them in my portfolio. I'd stick a steak knife in there, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And practice the way you carry your weapon so you know where it is when you need to use it. And we're going to continue to build our confidence. We're going to continue to do educational opportunities. And anytime you want to request something specific, we'll try to work on that for you. but you need to get your process down pat and train. Remember, at the end of the day, you're going to make a decision to live. We're not going to get complacent. And if you get yourself in this situation, just always remember these three things. You can run, you can hide, or you can fight. And whichever choice, and it may be a combination of all three. But when you make everything's fair in war. So whatever you got to do to protect yourself is okay, and go with your gut. Now I want to show you a video real quick of our Screen Actors Guild. This is probably a way not to show a house.
Hey, Wendell, we were not hearing any sound of the video.
Okay, so you haven't heard anything?
No, sir.
Oh, well, this won't work then. Let me stop the video. And that's unfortunate because I'm still hearing it in my ear. Hold on a minute. Good Lord. Oh, well. Liz went in the basement and screamed because she got attacked. She was not paying attention. So that's kind of the deal with that. Everything else I have is on video. So it's, unless I figure out how to do this sound thing, which I thought I had set up, I don't know how to do it, how to finish it out. So it is what it is.
Try it one more time, Wendell. Let's see if we can get it work.
Maybe when you post it, it'll work too, so we can review it later.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try to do one different one here. Are you hearing anything?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I can just add them to the, I don't know how we add them to the YouTube later, Chris, but.
Can you send them to me? I'll add them.
Yeah, I can send them to you. And
okay.
There's three videos that are very quick, and I apologize that I'm either educationally deficit on Zoom and don't know what's going on, but
when you share your screen, there may be an option to share sound in the bottom left corner as well.
Share sound. Oh, there we go. Maybe this will work. Hold on a minute, guys. I apologize. Thanks for the tip. Let's see. Tell me now. Hang on a second. Here it comes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm just working all weekend. Oh, well, hey, let me go. This guy called off my listing sign and he just pulled up. Never met him before. I gotta sell something. I haven't sold anything all month. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, how are you?
Howdy.
Hey, I'm sorry I didn't catch your name on the phone.
I'm Bill.
Okay, nice to meet you. I'm Liz.
Nice to meet you, Liz.
I'm just trying to find this lockbox code really quick. Can you give me just a second? Sorry, I can't find it. Okay, so this is the living area. We're headed to the kitchen. This house is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Oh, hang on. This is my babysitter. You don't mind if I get this right?
Sure.
Okay, sorry. Hey, what's going on? Oh, he won't stop crying. Oh my gosh. Did you give him the milk? He drank all of that. Okay. Did you try giving him puffs? Oh, okay. I don't know what's up. Maybe he's got, I don't know. Maybe he's got tummy issues this morning. Who knows? He was fine. I'm sorry. No.
Where's the basement?
Right over here. Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
it.
if I
Right
go to
here.
the basement?
Yeah, no, go ahead. That's fine. Yeah, here it is.
Hey, Liz, can you come down to the basement? I've got a couple of questions.
Yeah, I'm on the way. I gotta go.
Every time I see that, I get to worrying about where we put ourselves during showing. And I think it's important that we try not to do basement showings unless you really got a good handle on who you're working with, especially a cold sign caller. I don't know that I'd want to do that by myself or go down in the basement. Let's look at this other one. This probably is a little better situation for us. And obviously, a buddy system's in place and all the right things were done to get things started. And if you don't hear the sound, let me know. Hey, Jenna.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Great to
It
see
is
you.
so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time to send me your license and signing the Working with Real Estate Agents. I look so forward to working with you. This is a great house. I cannot wait to show you. So
And you got my pre-approval?
I got your pre-approval.
Great.
I got everything in the email. I talked to your lender. She had great things to say about you. So let's go and take a look at it.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, and this is Liz. Liz is my
Liz.
showing, but we kind
Nice to
of
meet you.
shadow each other sometimes just to see how we're doing. And so we can't wait to help you.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
thank you, girls. I
let's go
appreciate
ahead.
it. Let's do it.
So before we go in, I like to set some expectations. So
Sure.
what I'll do is Liz and I are going to kind of stay on the first floor, and we're going to let you walk through the house.
Sure.
If you have any questions, concerns, please holler. Let us know. We can talk about everything that you don't like or do like when you come back down to the main floor.
Sure.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go in.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
And we'll just be right down here. So if you
Okay.
have questions,
Thank
let
you.
us know.
This is an amazing kitchen area. I love it. But I do have some equipment that I need to put in the basement. Could you tell me where the basement is? Because I need to look at the dimensions and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to go around this corner to your left, and it'll be the first door on your left. And if you have any questions while you're down there, you can just come back up, ask us. We'll be up here waiting on you.
We've
Okay.
already checked it out. Just so you know, we've already checked it out. So if you have any questions, just let us know.
All right.
Yep, absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, I just wanted to check in on you. Everything going good down there?
Hey Jenna, yeah, it's going great. But would you be able to come down and answer a question for me?
Oh, I would love to. If you just want to come up here, we can talk about it in the kitchen. That'll work.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, nice stuff that Liz and Jenna did to protect themselves, didn't fall prey to. I was a nice guy in that one, but you never know. You could be a victim to a nice person. Ted Bundy was very nice. You know about Ted Bundy. Let's look at one more that I think will be helpful. It gives you an idea of what to put in your car to help protect yourself under different circumstances. And let's see here. Where am I? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's talk about what to put in your trunk. And also, if you have some neat ideas, I would love to hear your information as well so we can update this maybe for the next time. But let's talk about when you go to show land. Always take a pair of boots with you so you can fend off the poison oak. And these aren't snake proof, but they will keep your feet dry. Also, when you show land, I carry my trusty Ping 5-iron. You never know when you run across a creature that you might need to hold at bay. And also, if you're out doing land walks, you always need to carry water. And the other reason to have water in the trunk of your car is in case you're taken hostage and you have something to sustain yourself. Also, speaking about possibly having an emergency where you're taken hostage, an old cell phone. This is my previous phone that I had active. It is not now, but it's an iPhone 5. Some old phones still work. They will call 911, but keep this in mind, folks. They can't not call you back. Once you disconnect from them, they cannot call you back, and they cannot GPS you to figure out where you are. So what you're going to do is make sure you tell the dispatch center that you've been taken hostage, what your name is, where you were taken from, what the description of your car is, and a description of those that may have you in tow. Okay, those are the important things to get out of your mouth. The first few words is, I am so-and-so, I've been taken hostage, I am in a whatever car, and here are the people that have taken me. And describe it, because you're not going to know probably in the trunk where you are. So at least that point they can get to looking for your car. I always carry a measuring tape. You never know, your clients need to measure something to see if it will work or fit. I carry an extra combo in Supra. I carry a toilet bowl brush, yes, just in case there's one really nasty that my client left filthy, and some people just don't take time to clean their homes. And if I've got the listing and they're out of town and it's showing real well, I'm going to clean it. I do use footies, and here are some Thieves Cleaner. This is Young Living. It's a natural essential oil. My wife and daughter sell it, and I try to use those instead of Clorox. I do carry Clorox though for wipes in case we need that. Hand sanitizer, the face mask obviously, and the important thing is toilet paper and paper towels. I did purchase a tire inflator. The tire inflator works really well if you have a flat tire on the side of the road. It does have a light to help you at night to illuminate tire and to keep you safe. And I also carry a brush cutter or like a limb cutter, and you never know, you might have to cut something plastic, or if you've got some crazy limb hanging out at your client's door, you can cut that to get it away. I carry a pair of scissors, and this Velcro I bought because I'm going to set up a system in the trunk to show you where I put things. Also an emergency blanket. It'll keep you warm and dry. I carry a screwdriver, which is fairly long in case I need to use it as a weapon or to punch through the trunk or punch through the rear tail light. I carry a utility knife, which I'm going to put in the car with Velcro, and a Stinger flashlight. These are very good, and just keep your batteries, keep an extra supply of batteries in your car because they will go down pretty fast because they're bright. I bought a darn hatchet, guys, and please forgive me, but I've 30 years of law enforcement. A hatchet comes in handy sometimes, especially if you come up on a car accident and people are trapped and they can't get out. You can use that hatchet to crack glass. Just be careful with the sharp edge if you're trying to use it. I would use the hard end on the back of the hatchet to do the glass, or a ball peen hammer will do the same thing. The reason I purchased the ball peen hammer is you can use it as a weapon, and if you've been left desolate on the end of a dirt road or in a community somewhere, you can use it to tap on the car, inside of the car, to maybe get some attention, to have someone to let you out or call 911. Get you a little battery operated LED light that I'm going to affix to the trunk with my Velcro. I also use rubber gloves in case I need to touch nasty things. And who's been chased off the porch with the wasps and hornets in the past? Always carry some of that. And I do carry 2 umbrellas, one for me and one for the clients. And this is the portfolio, and I am about to tell you how this works. Okay, so other than looking professional, nice little portfolio goes a long way. You can put your working relationship forms in here, your MLS sheets, your disclosures, everything you need for the showing to be prepared, your business cards, GIS information. You can look really slick with a little portfolio. But the important thing about having this portfolio is while you're showing inside the home, if you need a weapon, a typical steak knife will do. This is the typical steak knife that you get anywhere, and I put it in my portfolio up underneath the notepad so that I can secure it and it won't fall out. So I've got it where it won't fall out, and I don't want it to fall out, but it's safe, and I've got it to where I can pull it with 2 fingers and grab it. You never know, and this sounds pretty cruel and mean, and some of you won't feel comfortable doing this. Don't do it if you don't feel comfortable. But a steak knife is a wonderful weapon if you don't have anything. If someone grabs you, you can take this steak knife and swing it around and get into the torso. Really give it all the push you can give it. Do it multiple times. You want to deflate the lung, hit a major organ or an artery. You've got to stop the threat. If you don't stop the threat, it might stop you. So today, folks, you're going to learn to live. You're going to run, hide, fight, and you're going to live to tell about it. And we don't want any of our realtors to suffer any victimization. We're going to put up a fight, and we're going to make sure we go home to our family at the end of the day. Okay, so let's take a look inside the trunk. This is my trunk. Every trunk is different, and if you drive a crossover or an SUV, this probably won't work for you, but I wanted to give you an overview of what I'm working with here in the back of the trunk as I deploy the Velcro to stage various tools that we had on the table for display. So here are the items I chose to place above me. If I were to be placed in this trunk, I could at least have access to my light, my ball peen hammer, emergency blanket if it's cold winter, cell phone to the right, and up to the far right, the box cutter. That's a very helpful location if you can reach up and get it. Here is the before and after shot. I've got everything packed into these 2 boxes, the hatchet, all the screwdrivers, everything's packed in there neat and nice in case I need those items, along with the working relationship forms. I always like to carry those in the trunk of my car, and then I stash them in front as a cover for the rest of my items in case somebody doesn't take the time to see what all I have in that goodie box, which is to my advantage, so hopefully they won't mess with it. Yeah. Right.
Hi guys, so this is Michelle Steele. Today I wanted to go over some things if you choose not to take a personal weapon. So if you choose not to have a steak knife on you, if you choose not to have a self-defense weapon of any kind, I kind of want to go over some things that you can do to get out of some precarious situations. I have Holden Sides here with me today. He's with Lantern. He's actually going to assist me. He's my guinea pig. And I'm going to just show you how to get out of some arm holds and some grabs in the event someone comes up and physically tries to take you or kidnap you or hurt you in any way. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things. I'm going to show everything twice. The first time I'm going to show it, and then the second time when I go back over it, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. So first, Holden's going to actually grab me with a 1 wrist hold. So Holden has me, and I'm going to just pull away, and I'm easily able to get away. And the reason why, you want to go for the weakest point. And the weakest point is where his fingers and thumb meet. So when you pull out, you want to break that. So that's how I'm able to get out. And he's got a pretty good strong grip on me. and I'm still able to get away. Now we're going to do a two-handed grab. He has me by two hands. Now you're thinking, how are you going to get out of this? Well, I'm out, or I'm out. So what you're going to do is you're going to, again, go for the weakest spot, which is where the two thumbs are. So you're going to take your hands, you can pull up, and you're out. Or if you can't get out that way, pull down. And then you're away from them. And that gives you enough time to maybe run, scream, holler, get to a safe place. So then the next thing I want to go over is, what if he comes up and, I'm going to actually let you choke hold in front. Yeah. So if he comes up and he's choking me, he's got one hand here, how am I going to get out? I'm just going to push out with my forearm. Do it again. Just like that. And then the second thing is if he grabs me with both hands. Now he's got me, he's choking me. I'm going to just, real simple, do it again. He's grabbing me, so I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to go in between his. I'm going to grab it with my left, and I'm going to forcefully push up and away. And that's going to give you an opportunity to get away from them. Now, if they grab you from behind, we're going to go over this. So he's got me from behind. The best thing you can do here is boom, and you're out. You hit them as hard as you can. I'm not going to do that to Holden. Right. But I mean, you're fighting for your life if somebody physically has you. So you want to take that elbow, and you want that elbow to go straight into their stomach or their gut, solar plexus, whatever you want to call it. And then you're going to step down and out so you're away from them. And that gives you an opportunity to get away. Now, they have been sometimes when someone grabs you that way, if you can't get your elbow down to get him, take your fist and hit him in the groin. It doesn't matter where you hit them as long as you can get away. It's a sensitive spot. And I promise you, the groin is a sensitive spot. You are going to get out of it. All right, so now what if he comes up and he grabs me like a full Nelson? Oh my God, what am I going to do? I have no way to get out. Well, actually, you can just drop down. He's a little bit tall, but literally you just take your hands straight up and drop down, and you can get out. The next thing is, if he's got you and you can't drop straight down, guess what you got? Feel around for his eyes. You can poke him in the eyes, and I promise you he's going to let you go. If he doesn't, and you've done that, step on his feet. Use your leg to take out his knee so you can hit him in the knee. There's a ton of different ways you can get out of these. The biggest thing is I wanted to give you the opportunity to show you some different moves that you can practice that are super simple, super easy to get you out of any situation.
Okay, guys, I hope that helped you a whole lot. I know it's kind of dreary and scary to talk about our personal safety, but at the same time, we have to have a mindset that we're going to go home and we're going to live. And as Lantern agents, we definitely want to work together, be a team. If any other agent calls you and says, hey, I just got a gut feeling about going to this next showing, would you be able to meet me and go with me? Hey, lend a little time to your buddy and let them have some safety. It just feels good when you got a buddy and got somebody with you. I hope that something in here gave you some ideas on some things. We could go a long time about this. We could spend a whole day if we really endeavored to put together a ton of stuff, but I think we wanted to keep it simple for this process today, and we appreciate every one of you so much, and we want you to be able to be safe at everything that we do. We'll talk about office safety just for a minute. I know our doors stay open during the day, and anybody can flop in off the main street there. Hopefully, if you've never gone out the back door, make sure you know where you're going when you get out the back door. If you have to vacate in a hurry, it's good to know, what's out there. I would just say that if you're going to be there after hours on weekends, meeting clients, make sure that once your clients get in the building, that you secure the door back so that nobody can waltz in on you and surprise you. That can definitely happen and ruin your day for everybody. In 2018, the National Association of Realtors did a survey, as they do every year, to ask questions of us, and probably most of us don't answer them. But out of the responding folks in 2018, 44% of females feared their personal safety. So that's right about half of the female population of our realtors. They have some fear, and I can understand that. It's a tough world that we're in, and any of us can become prey to the sickos out there. But when they ask if you had a personal safety plan, 60% of the agents admitted they had no clue what to do in case of some crisis situation. So hopefully us talking about it today gave you some energy and the wherewithal to try to come up with some ideas to just not go to that next showing haphazardly, just on a fly, that you're thinking about everything and that you're prepared in case something goes south. 1% of the agents in that survey in 2018 said they had been assaulted, which I find really a high percentage, because you don't think of us really at a 1% of all of us. That's pretty, I mean, one person is too much, but 1% of the agents responding to this survey said they had been assaulted. Man, now I've had a few clients here in the last 60 days that I was, not so much the clients as it was the other party. I was ready to fist fight on the front porch. But we got through it and we finally closed, didn't we, Haley? 2% of the agents said they got robbed. Holy moly. 2% of the agents robbed. So that's why I would tell you, be careful what kind of jewelry you wear, and the pocketbooks and that kind of thing. And I know you want to look nice, and we all want you to look professional, and however that is in the current prevailing environment of our business world today. But the number one thing is, if you get somewhere and you just say all the bells and whistles are going, this is just not right, there is something wrong here, then you need to listen to that gut and you need to walk away. It might be awkward. You can just say, look, I'm sorry. I've got an emergency that has just arisen and I can't do this showing, and I am so sorry, but I'll have to get back with you another day, or I can call another agent that might be able to come and help you at another time. I'm just very sorry. I have to go tend to this emergency. Just excuse yourself. Or if you feel like you need to just drive past the situation and just tell them, look, don't even get out. Just call them on the phone and say, hey, I've got a situation and I am so sorry, but I can't show you this home today. Just keep on driving. You know, it's not worth a commission check necessarily to put yourself in jeopardy and never be able to cash that check if you don't make it. So listen to yourself, use a buddy, keep it simple, make a commitment to yourself. You're going to live and you're going to go home to be with your family at the end of the day. Anybody got any questions so we can wrap it up?
Hey, Wendell, it's Kathy. I just wanted to say that one of the things that I do is I try to get there early and never let them block me in. So I always park to where I can get out, and so that they don't have me blocked in.
Yes, and I did not mention that, but that is a great point, and I'm glad you brought it up. Absolutely, rule number one is don't get blocked in. That's great, Kathy.
The other thing, Wendell, not necessarily blocked in, but don't be headed towards a cul-de-sac. So have your car pointed away from the house where you can get away and not have to run into a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, that's a great idea for sure.
One thing I always try to do is I always try to follow my clients around instead of being followed. So I'm always on the tail end, just so that way no one's behind me and I can always see what's going on.
Absolutely. You shouldn't be in front. Always let them lead and invite them in, and you stay behind them at the threshold of the door as much as you can. I know it's awkward sometimes, but if you feel comfortable, you've got a good handle on these people, then you go wherever you want to go. But this really just impacts these cold calls and these unknown people that you've not established a relationship with. And we know we have our fair share of those from time to time. So that's where I think we jeopardize and we're willing to risk ourselves just to try to get in and get that rapport built and maybe get that buyer's agency and get that commission at the end of the game. Anybody else got any ideas? any thoughts? Anybody had any real scary situations in the past year that would be worthy of talking about today? Okay. Well, if no one has any other input, thank you for taking your time. It's always important that we as a group look at our personal safety, because if we don't do it, nobody else will. And at the end of the day, we owe it to our families. So that's our why. That's why we do this. So take care. God bless. Chris or Paula, any of you guys got anything to finalize with?
No, I don't, Wendell. I really appreciate what you've done here. I think it's very important. We'll try to do this occasionally. So, and hopefully we can get back to doing in person as well pretty soon.
Thank you, Wendell.
All right. Y'all have a good day.